You shine bright.
Glory to the King. Hey, the Most High real, so you gotta be real too. Yeah. I'ma fight, I'm gon' win. I got fire in my pen. In the end, it's just me and the man in the mirror, so I can't pretend. See the world through a different lens. And I talked with my daughter yesterday. People be fake, so everybody ain't your friend, is what I told her. Ain't no heart in my chest, and more like a motor. Ain't no slowing down and stopping. Y'all Sharana on my shoulders. A king that come with the look, trying to be wise as a cobra. Cause the car broke for the vultures, frankincense be the odor. What shine brighter? A diamond or a pearl, with a gift from the Most High that's strong enough to shock the world. Just like lightning struck the world, I'm clearing up the dark places. When Negroes were in Europe, that's the real dark ages. Years of bloodshed, knowing one day I'll be beheaded. I just pray that when He sent for me, I'm ready. Every day a different blessing, every song contains an extra sound. Nothing but they ask me how I feel to be a legend. Ain't no pride in my heart no more. Ain't no hate in my heart no more. I'm just a soldier for Christ. I'm just a soldier for Christ. I done seen brothers fold in this walk, I've been through it. They try to divide us, we can't let them do it. Ain't no hate in my heart no more. Ain't no hate in my heart.
Yeah. All praises to the Most High. Shout out to my Aunt Paisley bringing us in. As always, speaking truth on the mic. Shout out to that brother, the Juice. Go get it. Go check it out. SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever you can find it. Back here once again. This is Mark 67 podcast. Me and my Aunt Kafer. You on mute, brother. By the way, I don't know if you know it. This what's up, man? How you doing tonight, brother Kafer?
Shalom, shalom, Mark, man. I'm sitting there chilling, man. I'm feeling fine.
Feeling fine. Speaking of fine, I need some wine. I'm gonna have to get me a glass in a second. Sun is down.
Me, I ain't got none over here.
Sun is down. What?
Liquid, not the liquid kind. I got the root though.
All right. Hallelujah. Yeah. Yeah, man. I want to speak about this whole thing with we got the Hebron Men's Gathering coming up. We should have started with that video. Hebron Men's Gathering. It's about the brothers coming together, brothers from different ways of life, different ways of seeing the script, coming together, man, and really trying to live the book and really trying to show some brotherly love, man, and just get to know each other as men. We looked out and seen that it's a lot of bickering going on in this walk. There's a lot of things to disagree with, you know what I'm saying, with a person's perceptions or a person's understanding. And we was looking for a way to try to get to a ground zero, to try to really figure out how can we even get to a point to even reason with one another, and just coming to the table and talking is a way, but at the same time, you have to gain a certain respect for a person to even listen to them, so we figure we come together, we do some hanging out and some chilling and some, some praising and worshiping the Most High, and hopefully through that develop a bond. Just think about that, man. About the Hebron Men's Gathering.
Yeah, man.
Founded.
Hold on now. My bad. My bad. Yeah, like you said in a nutshell, man, the whole purpose of the Hebron Men's Gathering, man, is for us brothers to come together. You have brothers, and you have, like you said, you got different ones with different beliefs, viewpoints on script. But this is the thing, coming together. Well, we'll be able to learn one another, I know of each other and stuff like that, to build a rapport where we're able to communicate with one another. That'll come, like, say, for instance, okay, the thing that we can agree on, every last one, every last brew can agree on, that have some knowledge of what the preacher said or what our ancestor Solomon said, is that, the whole matter, man's all in all is, let's hear the conclusion of the matter. Man's all in all is to fear Yah, to reverence Yah, and keep his commandments, right? So we got that. Some people got the foundational principle, the foundation of the commandments, like, okay, we're supposed to keep the 10. You got some that say the 10 and say the laws. You got different mindsets of what that means. We have to know what our function is, what the Most High has created us to be in Mashiach, right? He told his disciples, he told the disciples when he sent them out on a mission, he told them to go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? Now, let's say, for instance, we got non-messianics there, right? I want my brothers that's messianic, because me, myself, I'm messianic. I believe and trust in Yahusha, Adonai Yahusha, right? With that being said, man, wouldn't one say that if a person don't have Mashiach, that they lost? Right? So, right. So if you don't have Mashiach, you lost. But isn't it a command to the Talmudim to go to the lost sheep of the house of Yahshua? And not only that, but compel them to come. Not only that, but then he told us also that we are to be a light to the nations. This is plural. And that also includes your own, to be a light to. But how could you, if you refuse to come together or come around to be that light?
Don't even want to come to the table.
Don't want to come to the table to even to do so, man. Everybody got all these excuses why not to do, why not to keep the command that Mashiach has spoken to his true followers, true sent ones, right? Because that's also a command when he told them to go to the lost sheep of the house of Yahshua, right? In that time, and that stuff goes on today, and also to be a light to the nation. So this is the thing, man. Once you're coming around people, and there will be a time where you coming around and you're learning of this brother, you're learning of them, and then you learn viewpoints of him and stuff like that. But how can you be a witness to someone if you're not even around them to be a witness to? I'm just saying, y'all can move and do all. People have like short-sightedness. You know what I mean? They got different. Everybody got different motives. Now it's boiling down to the motives. Well, why you ain't doing? What's hindering you from doing so? Some say, oh man, because you talking about gathering with non-messianics and non-believers or whatever you may be saying. But is you going to allow that to be an excuse? Are you going to obey Yah? Are you going to obey your excuses? I'm just saying, the command told us to love our neighbor, to love our brother, love our countryman, our fellow man as ourselves. That's a command. But how can the love of Yahweh dwell in you if you don't have love one for another? How? If you see somebody
don't love the one you see, how can you love the one you don't see?
Right. That don't even make sense. It don't make sense at all. You can't. You a liar. You're saying if you say you love the Most High who you don't see, but yet you ain't loving your brother may need your love, your harbor, that love for you to be a witness to him because he claimed to be a non-messianic. Well, he needs someone that knows the true doctrine of the teaching of Mashiach that can really expound and explain that to him and show him in the scriptures so that they can be converted. They need that. That's how you can be a light. But if you're not able, if you stopping that from being like that, then you ain't doing. Not only you're not doing, you're not even walking in. You're not even keeping the commands. You're deceiving yourself. Because the command is for us to be a light to the nation. The command is to gather the lost sheep of the house of Yahshua. Is to be a witness. Even in Isaiah, Yahweh said that we are his witnesses. Says Yah. You see what I'm saying? So how can we witness if we refuse or refrain from being around people to witness to? Who needs the witness? You get what I'm saying? But they need somebody that know, not a novice. They need somebody that know how to walk through the scriptures, to open up their eyes, to give them clarity and understanding so they'll know. You see what I'm saying? Some people see Yah's the judge of stuff of matters like that, because some will say, well, Yah harden the hearts of those. Maybe if they ain't seeing because Yah don't see. Well, maybe they waiting for someone like you who's able to open up the script or give them understanding where they can hear it and they can't refute it, and then they can make a choice based on that.
Yeah. You might be the one,
But everybody claiming to have the Ruach HaKodesh. Everybody claiming to have. How?
And too, like, I want to show the people the experience, man. Shout out to Emanon. Emanon is responsible for a lot of the videos that we got of the Hebron Gathering, right? Let's just show the people what you miss out on, like the atmosphere that we had. Hold on. The atmosphere that we had. Right. This is the Hebron Men's page. People could go check this out or whatever at the Hebron Men's Gathering coming up May 12th through the 16th. Be there or be square. But look here, man. Check my brother out on the freestyle.
It's on mute. That's not Sir too over there too. It's on mute. You got it on mute. I can't hear it. I can't hear it. You on mute. I'll be on mute. Okay. And bringing us hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Most high Yahweh delivering us whole lives. It's abominable like hell. Yeah. I ain't tripping. I know that I can.
Can you hear now?
Yeah. The most high when he's around, we all free.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what we're doing. The most high's righteousness is what we're pursuing. So I'm just y'all styling, not freestyling, my brother. Yeah. I got to keep it real, man, because there's no other like Yah. I give praise to the most high Yah. Raising up my hands as I do my dance like Yah. Praise the most high Yah, he keep me in a good mood. Hey, so we gonna lift up his name. Give it time so we can speak while we giving praise by the flame.
Yes. Giving praise by the flame. Say it in his name. Guaranteed to get a sight to the blind. Guaranteed to make them walk to their lane. Guaranteed to let them unclean spirits. You get some of this word, you won't be the same.
Living in the flesh, you get hectic, I expect.
Now see what I got on the side of me.
You better not reject it, because I know that he has a will, and you would never find it if your destiny not fulfilled.
Yay.
Chill. We're trying to give you something out of the top. The pyramid is about to flop, and when it drops, we expect nothing less but it to topple and flip over like
you know, every time we about to do this, it started with the Ben Trummer group, Brandon Lewis. Shouted out my brother, cause that boy need Barack. Guaranteed we gotta take it back to the block like, hey, yes, he is the hallelujah. Hallelujah.
hallelujah.
Christ. Christ. Hey.
Mashiach.
Hey, that don't throw on the beat. Say that like that, then sample that thing on the beat like that. Yeah. Look at these brothers out here. Look at these brothers out here. Look at these brothers out here. You know, I've been running to this brother. This is in the man right here.
I don't even know. It was just hey, how was that?
Right there. Yeah.
Oh man, there was a lot of kicking it going on out there, man. People need to know we was really out there kicking it. Hold on. Was really out there kicking it, man.
And before you get to playing another thing, I want to say something too, man. It's all for a purpose. It's not just vanity kicking it now. We kicking and we doing our thing, but it's all a purpose behind it. People need to know the way. See, that's people claim you have people out here that think they wise and got wisdom, but see, these things right here is for a purpose. But anyway, let's go ahead, Doc.
To lamb back on that, right? We doing this so that eventually, after having nights like this and days like this where we kicking it and on this one accord, then we could go into weightier matters. You know, this is the prerequisite to that. Let's check it out, man.
Yeah, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Come on now.
This at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, mind you.
Evidently proven the description of the future that was written. And I didn't move from my position. Always tried to tell me be a Christian, but I'm glad I didn't listen. Cause the show was just written. I learned from religion. Created in my foolishness and wisdom. Separating fiction from the truth that I was given. And the truth he gave is like a suffered from some hopeless crucifixion. But he's showing that he won't break. Truth is from the furnace of affliction.
Yeah, man, we was just out there kicking it, man. There's a bunch of different videos, man. A bunch of different. Look at this here, man.
Back here.
Look at this here, man.
Hey. They going up? That's a good question. Which way are they going up? Y'all leave each other.
Come on now.
Before Wise getting started, Tennessee, man. I want y'all to tell we gonna be meeting in Tennessee. That means meeting place, man.
Hallelujah! Oh, we missed the jump. Hold on. Yeah, come to the meeting place. The meeting place of the strong bonds. That's what Hebron means. If I'm not mistaken. You ain't got the best camera. Hold on. I might have to go to the other thing. I might have to go to my video. Yeah, but look, man, check.
Oh,
Look at this. Look at Hebron, man. Why wouldn't you want to wake up like that? This man just woke up.
The South community. Set apart, living to
On the mountain.
South community. Look at that. Beautiful ass. Y'all see the lake over there? Right now, as we speak, I'm on top of a mountain. We're 2,200 feet above sea level. And let me tell you, it's dope. This is dope. Hold on, let me take y'all into the pond. Check this out. So back that way is a trail leading to another trail, goes way deep in the woods back there. Right here. Bow and arrows. Might be around that and get hunted.
I ping with that thing too. I want to check you out on them arrows, man. I ain't get to check you out on them arrows.
Yeah.
I pings with all projectiles.
Yeah, we supposed to, you know, as Yahuda, that's what we supposed to know. And yes, we supposed to learn that the bow and arrow and every weapons of war like that, you know. But hey,
absolutely, absolutely, I'm with it. But anyway, man, you know, That's what it's all about, man. Just coming together and building, and then just gaining a brother, man. We ain't believe everything that everybody there believed in. We all ain't keep the same Shabbats, but we never got into one argument, and it was all love and it was all shalom. You know what I'm saying? And it's like people act as if people that don't believe like they believe that they just can't be around them. You go to work with people that don't believe like you believe. You got people serving you food that don't believe like you believe. You ain't got no problem with that.
Some even got a financial advisor that don't believe like they believe, but still take the advice.
Some of them got counselors and therapists that don't believe like they believe. But you'll listen to them, listen to their instructions. You know what I mean, man? We gotta start being real, man. We gotta start being real. The realest fact that a Hebrew Israelite can face is that even in their awakening, they don't know everything. And that they can be wrong about things. And that they could be corrected about some things. And being honest enough with themselves to heed that correction of something that they believe they right about. You could be wrong. You could be keeping the wrong Shabbat. You might supposed to be on a different Shabbat than what you're on. You might supposed to be using a different name than what you use. You might supposed to be guiding and instructing your wife or your assembly or whatever in a different way than what you currently doing it. And this brother that believes different than you is the one that can bring you that knowledge and that revelation, but you don't even want to deal with him. We got to start seeing, just because we a big hog where we at, in your assembly, in your town, in your household, you this. I think the fear is that they'll go somewhere else and be exposed as not being that. So they'll rather just not even go.
Or it also can be that they're not in control, out of center of the spotlight. A lot of people got ego and pride even in this awakening. It's just the facts. The head honcho. Now you go into a place where you're not the head honcho. It's another person that's doing it. Now you got to be subject to what they talking about it because you're on their land. But it's not like, bro, what's wrong with being humble? What's wrong with being humble? What's wrong with doing something for the sake of righteousness? This is the thing. If the ruach of the power of Yah is really in you, right? Then wherever you go, you're gonna be a light. So if you invited, if somebody compel you to walk 1 mile, you're supposed to go with them twain too, right? You're being compelled to come to the Hebrew MEN'S Gathering, not for wickedness or unrighteousness, but for righteousness. You want to learn your brother. We a nation still, even if we don't behave like it. And when I say we, I'm talking about as a whole. We're still a nation.
Right.
And we have to learn how to get rid of these so-called fears. Some might say it's not, but it could be. It fears and getting out your comfort zone for the sake of another, to the esteem of the Father and Yahushua Mashiach. So what's wrong with that? We're called to be witnesses. And if it's more than just being in the comfortability of your own assembly behind them 4 walls or wherever. You see what I'm saying? It's more than that.
Right.
The highways and the byways. I know people take that around. They be in the corner and all that old stuff, but I'm saying you got some people that genuinely love Yah, right? And if you think a brother is off, then show that ahab and come in the spirit of meekness and help that brother to see what he ain't seeing. But if you're not even taking the opportunity to take up on that offer to come together to even learn who you gonna communicate with and deal with, to even do such, what's the problem? Everybody don't watch your video. Everybody don't tune in to your shows. That may need to hear you. Everybody don't even know that it even exists. You see what I'm saying? So your presence could be needed. Like you could be a piece of the puzzle. We are all members of one another. It's a body, and every member of the body has its own function according to the way that the Most High Yah has positioned that member in that body. Even on your body, he gave you the things of the natural. We help you understand the things of the Ruach. You know, my thumb is where it needs to be. My finger is where my index finger is where it needs to be. This is how y'all created it. My eyes is where they need to be. My ears, my mouth, my nose, my head, everything on me. And it all functions and it works together as one. We are supposed to do the same thing as bodies in Mashiach, in Adonai Yahusha. We are. That's how it's supposed to go. See, but you got people that's showing something different. But you got people out there that don't even know and can't even see and recognize that they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing because they caught up or mesmerized by the feng shui of how they explain or how they break down this or bring this precept or whatever, but they're not really seeing the fruit. They don't even know how to recognize what the fruit is or what that fruit look like. Love for one another. People shall know, the nation shall know that you are his disciples by the love that you have for one another. I don't have to know you to love you. I don't have to know you for that law to be in operation, because the Most High told me to love my neighbor as myself. And I can be around a perfect stranger, right? That look like me, that's of my same kinsman or whatever, and I don't know nothing about him. But that don't, just because I don't know him, don't mean I'm not obligated to show love to that one that I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, come on now, it's time to wake up, man. But people claiming that they in this awakening, but y'all not doing it no service, man. Y'all doing some injustice because you caught up in whatever you caught up in, and the mess that's going on in your mind, and you're allowing that to, you know, get you off track, and you're being off. You people always talking about being off. You off, brother. If you ain't walking in the harbor towards your brother, what's wrong? Like, why you can't go to a place? If a person invites you over there to meet with what's going on, you don't have to stay the whole days. Come out and see what it's about instead of just imagining what it could be. And if you feel like somebody need to know something, look, ain't nobody gonna argue. We got some. You can come out there and share what you need to share, you know. But do it in the harbor. Don't come with no boastful, you know. Do it in the harbor. Everything's supposed to be done in the harbor. Point blank. Period. Rebuking is done in the harbor. It's not envy and malice that causes a person to rebuke. It's a harbor for the brother. That's why you correct that one. You know what I mean?
All right.
So it's time to start learning these things, man, and start applying it, you know. Shoot, start applying it. Knowledge that ain't applied, what good does that do? That don't do nothing. You know, or sharing that you know something, but you ain't walking in it to demonstrate it in your lifestyle behavior, that ain't nothing. You know, we come together, let's learn one another, man. We all know, everybody from the Messianics to the non-Messianics, they know that, you know, I'm going to say this, I'm sure that non-Messianics know that, yeah, they know, man, that, you know, the whole all in all is to fear Yah and to keep his commandments. But what do they look like? Okay, they may not have what you have. They may not have the comprehension or understanding that you have to know about a Mashiach like that. See, but if you do, then exercise that talent that the Most High Yah gave you to show this person. You was given a talent for a reason. But if you sitting on it because you don't want to come around, are you feeling like it's something wrong with it? Or you feel like, oh man, that ain't cool, man. I'm sitting here, you know, going with messianic, non-messianic. Like I said, like I agree with, bro. You work around people that don't believe, don't believe at all, and even family members that don't believe at all. But you take time with them to try to explain and talk to them. We'll try to explain and talk. Listen, you got the Ruach of Yahweh dwelling in you. You got power. That means you have ability, power, ability to do what? Ability to witness. And to verify your witnessing with scripture, proving all things and holding fast to that which is true, which is good. That should be carried out and showed forth. That right there, that action right there. If the Ruach of Yahweh is really truly dwelling in you, the Ruach of Adonai, Ruach of the Ruach Amat, and the Ruach, meaning the spirit of truth, the Ruach Amat, the Ruach HaKadosh is dwelling in you, then you have that ability to do so. And if you don't, all you got to do is ask. You have not because you ask not. He'll give you that right there, because you're gonna be esteeming the Father through Yahushua Mashiach. And helping this brother to see what you don't see, opening up that blinded eye over there, giving that man the ability to walk, because he wasn't able to walk before because he was lame to that. Now he know it, he can walk it. See, but he need you or whoever you may be that got that ability to do so in him to bring that forth for that person. But if you're refusing to do so, then how can Kepha got up? The Most High gave him a dream one night. Kepha, get up, kill and eat. Not so, y'all. Ain't nothing never unclean ever coming to this mouth. Y'all said, don't call what I made clean unclean. Don't call what I made clean common. He had to get up and go and talk to Cornelius and witness to him to know. So he can, receive, deliver a salvation, able to receive eternal life and salvation, enabled to, that's what we do. We enable people to know. And if they don't know, you got to help them to know. Help them to see it. Especially if they're seeking and knowing, or if they caught up in a way that that's not going to lead to a way of life, then if you so-called love your brother as yourself, if you was in that situation, wouldn't you want somebody to tell you and show you or walk you through it to help you see what you ain't seeing? Yes, you would. Well, why you can't show that to your brother, to your kinsman, your fellow countryman, the person of your own ethnicity, skin folk, whatever? Come on, man. Wake up, people.
It's I was trying to find the video, man, of the walk down to the waterfall, man. That thing was so amazing. I got it. It's on my laptop though. I can pull it up, but it.
Go ahead, put it up. Shoot. We heard.
Huh?
I said, put it up. We heard.
All right. Hold on a second. Give me a second.
Yeah. It's all that ego tripping and stuff like that, man. Whatever that may be, may y'all expose all that. May y'all expose everybody for what they truly are. That's even a mercy and a kindness for y'all to show you where you truly at. Because when he show you where you truly at and expose you, just to convert, repent, turn. It's kindness. It's the kindness of y'all that causes men to repent, to turn from where they was going, man. People thinking that they're doing right and ain't. They thinking they doing the will of y'all, but they're not.
All right. Yeah, see, that's the thing about. That's why we can't shut things out, right? The possibilities of things, because we don't want to be the person where it says there is a way that seems right to a man, but instead leads to destruction. You don't want to be that one. That is not the way to be.
And people, let me say this also, because you have members and money flowing in, doesn't mean that Yah's with you. Doesn't mean that you're in the right. That doesn't mean that at all. T.D. Jakes got a witness. He said a witness. He was in a place of a dry spell where he wasn't prospering and doing nothing, and he heard a voice told him to go to Dallas or Texas. He went to Texas and he started booming. He got a mega church. He got gang of members. He got money coming in like flowing river, like the Nile. You know what I mean? Just flowing, right? Does that mean that Yah's with him? Y'all be the judge. Y'all with him? Y'all with that? You be the judge. People allow stuff like that to go to their head, and they talking about look, vain, man. All is vanity. Let's hear the whole conclusion. What is the whole conclusion? The reverence Yahweh and to keep his commandments. And his commandments is not grievous. It's a gang of them, but they all right. His command to trust in his son. The word of Yahweh. No one can come to the Father except through Yahushua Mashiach. And who is he? The word of Yah. You wouldn't know nothing about the Father if you didn't know nothing about the word. You got the word in the written form. You got the word in the flesh form. I mean, in the body. And you got the word in the ruach. You got the word. It's all the word. And without the word, you wouldn't know nothing about nothing at all. You don't know him about him in the flesh. You don't even know what he looked like. Never seen him. You heard him, though. And if you got ears to hear, you're hearing now. Because truth is truth. If you know how to discern words, a person don't have to speak chapter and verse and scriptures to be speaking in lines with what the word is saying, to be speaking the word. It takes maturity to know that and to see that, to recognize that. Let me get chapter and verse. Bro, look, I don't have to look. It's the word. Okay, bro, you know you ain't supposed to be stealing. I ain't got to bring out the scriptures to say, you know, where it say that. Bro, you telling me, come on, man. What's that word? What it called? What's that word we heard yesterday? What's it called? Wrangling? What's it called? Wrangling? What you wrangling with me for? Is it wrangling? Come on, man. Get that pride out the way, man.
Get it out of there.
You know, knowledge puffs up, but a hobbit edifies, man. And this is the thing. Some people got some knowledge that ain't even true knowledge, man. And they still puffed up. That's crazy. It's wild, bro.
All right. Let me try to do this thing. It's going to be something crazy right here. I don't know if I can leave studio and still be in the thing because I'm finna try this real quick.
Puffed up on false knowledge. Ain't that crazy?
Look at technology. Whoa.
I'm here. Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm about to play this video of the walk down to the waterfall. This is why you come to the Hebron Men's Gathering. The feeling that we had on the way to this waterfall, it was a feeling of power and unity, man. Check this thing out.
My Superman, Clark Kent.
That's how we feel. Feel like Superman, Clark Kent in them. Let's see here. Downloads. I thought.
Yeah.
Did you see the video?
Yeah. Nah, I don't see it. It's
Can you hear it?
It looked like a vortex. I really can't even hear it either.
Oh, snap.
Redo that thing, man. Redo it.
It's crazy trying to figure out this whole technology thing, man. Hold on. Let me try it again.
Yeah.
Share audio, share window. There we go. Movies TV. We in there. You see that? Yeah.
What sound that?
You still can't hear the sound on this thing up?
No, I can't hear the sound.
What is going on in America? I hit share sound. How about now?
Yeah.
You sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear it. I can hear a little bit. I can hear it. I can hear it.
Cause if you can't hear it, the people can't hear it.
I said I can hear it a little bit.
Trying to get it to more than a little bit,
Right, because it ain't crispy like that. The sound it ain't crispy like that. You can hear it if you really pay attention and zoom in with your ears.
I'm sorry, man, for the people watching in. I thought I had some sound, but I don't. I tuned in on the YouTube. I tuned in on the YouTube. I tuned in on the Facebook. Ain't no sound, so I don't know how to do that. That's my laptop. Apparently, my laptop got issues.
It had some sound. It had some sound. It just wasn't crispy sound, so it can be heard if somebody be attentive, like very attentive to what's being said. So some sound is better than no sound. If you just gotta, they just gotta put they listening ears on real good. So you can still play it and play it like that if you want to. If not, I mean, that's your choice.
I'm gonna try to fast forward this song. A long walk down there to the waterfall, boy.
Yeah, it really is. Because you're going down into it. You're going down, you're walking, you start up and you go down into it. Like I said, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
It's a good experience, man. If you have children, man, you come on with your sons, man, and they can experience something like that. It's beautiful, beautiful sight, man. God's awesome, man. You can see something that God's created. Man, that waterfall, that pond, whatever we call it, and that's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful sight, man. I've said, mentioned this earlier. Not one brother had an argument, dispute, or nothing. It was Haba and Shalom, man. If you want to get a feel of the Haba and Shalom, it wasn't no clash of it wasn't no clashing, no Tesserot type. Macho, I'm this, I'm that. I know this. You don't know that. It wasn't none of that, man. But with that being said, if you build a respect another way, you have enough respect for your personality. Because you have experience with my living. I've been out there like that. I've been open like that with some brothers that you may have not known.
You got something going on. Sound like a robot, huh? I don't know what it is. That's how you sound.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you better now.
Seems like every time something gets expressed or explained, it's always got to be something to try to disrupt it. But it's all good because we're gonna continue to keep pushing. Like I was saying though, it wasn't a clash of you know, I know this, I know that. It was, you know. Can you hear me now? Am I sounding like a robot? Am I sounding like a robot now?
No, you good.
You get to learn. You get to be around. You get a respect. Listen, look how beautiful that looks. Look at that. Look at that. We get a better camera. Man, next time we get.
Elder blowing that shofar out there. I know they're really scared them white folks down there. Elder letting it rip. Excuse the camera angle. A rough little trick. I didn't plan on it. I got in there.
Yeah.
I said I didn't bring a child. I ain't planning on getting in there like that.
I don't think none of us did. Did I have some shorts on? I did, didn't I? I went ahead and jumped up in there anyway. Yeah. I was bringing in, you should have seen how famous he was when he got up out the water. Though. Hold on, I give my breath.
Okay. When I came up out of there, that's the one that started right there. I came for looking like you eat good out there.
I was just about to say looking plump.
All them people talked about jumping. Everybody ain't jumped though. At that time, I didn't know how much of it I was finna touch. I so touched it though.
Yeah, you touched it all right.
Hold on, man. Let me climb back in here on the other thing. Let me take this laptop. Supposed to have a damn aneurysm. Hold on, I'll be right back. Talk to the people about that jumping off the thing. When I come back, I'm gonna show them I jumped off the cliff. My brother did too, but I don't have that footage. I do got it. It's on here actually. Let me see, man.
It's all good. You know, like I said, you don't have to show up. You don't want to show it. It's all good, man. The thing about it is, we're gonna get people
walk of faith, because that is really a testament, really, to the gathering. Because I didn't want to jump off the thing, but because my brothers did it, I felt strong enough to do it. Oh, I got the shooting range videos.
When you're trying to align that target, because at one point you're gonna just stop breathing. I mean, you ain't gonna hold your breath like that, but you're just gonna.
Can you hear me up?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Right.
Well, that's cool, man. Never mind on that.
I was gonna say, come on out there, man. Y'all come on out to the Hebron MEN'S Gathering, man. It's gonna be a beautiful experience. I'm telling you, man. You can learn, you can meet your brothers, learn your brothers. You can be a witness to your brothers. You can get some respect. You can learn. This is the thing, man. Once you got that respect and got that, you know, they know of you or learn of you, been out there with you a few days or so, you know, you can build a rapport with someone where they'll feel more comfortable to let, if they had guards up, let guards down, where you can witness if you coming with truth now. You know what I mean? So my request to Ab is this, you know, at the point in time that the Most High would reveal his truth to those that are sincerely seeking him, that sincerely desire to do his will. in Yahushua Mashiach, man, the desire to do his will, man. And when you got that out, you got that attitude and that mindset, that mentality, Yah will not reject those. Mashiach will not reject those that come to him, man. He won't reject his own, man. So if you're seeking to do the will, man, and do what's right, man, I will make everything. He'll make it all. He'll make it right for you, man. If that's what your heart is truly at, you know, how could he be a just or righteous one and rejecting those that truly want to know and do, truly want to know to do, not just to know to make themselves look good in front of people, but to do it, to bring the esteem to Abba in the name of Yahushua Mashiach, which is our Adonai. So, you know, we need to share that and know that, man. You know, emphasis. This is the thing, man. I'll be watching different brothers and stuff like that. So when stuff get brought out and said, it's like, okay, so people are woke to this, they woke to that. Okay, it's no problem with, you know, joining, strengthening and doing the same as likewise. Like, you know, you really don't hear people going around saying Adonai Yahusha, you know, you really don't. But, you know, people may know that in their life and know that within themselves and know that. But then you got brothers, you got family that's coming along and they saying it and standing out to it. There's nothing wrong. And I support that. I support, you know, Adonai Yahusha, because Yahusha is Adonai. That's just all it is to it. He is the Adon. He is Adonai. You know what I mean? Because Yahweh made that. Yahweh can make anybody. He can do. Yah can do whatever Yahweh chooses to do, man. And if that's his choice, he chose to make Yahusha Adonai and Mashiach. That's his choice, man. It's Mashiachim, man. It's Adonim and it's Mashiachim. We all know that even with Shaul, when Paul. Now let me explain what you when I say Mashiachim. It's the plural of Mashiach. Paul said there's Lord's many and God's many, right? But we have a name for the one true living one, right? The one true living all, which is Yahweh, and we have a name for the Mashiach, which is Yahushua Mashiach. You know what I mean? So, you know, Mashiach is Adonai, but he's not Ha-Adon. Now, Ha-Adon is Abba. He is the master, but the master has made Yahusha a master, and he made the master of the body, which is us. And that's all it is to it. So we just need to have our, you know, understanding and correction, you know, corrected. Have a right comprehension of things, because that matters. You know, if you have a right comprehension of how something works, it'll work properly for you. But if you have a misunderstanding, a miscomprehension of how something works, then you can have problems trying to make that thing work. You know what I mean? Let's say, for instance, let's say you got a firearm. And let's say your firearm is on safety and you're really trying to shoot that thing. You don't know how it works. You just, you know, you're trying to shoot. Man, it ain't shooting. I don't know. I did it. Well, it ain't going to shoot. Why? Because it's on safety. You don't know how to use that thing. You know what I mean? So once you got a good comprehension on how to utilize that thing, then it won't give you no problems. Then it'll work. It'll go smooth in that level. So, you know.
I got that last praise and worship service.
Okay.
So that's what it's all about too. The second Hebron Men's Gathering is centered around music. We got a couple artists. We are welcoming all artists who would like to perform, long as you have righteous, set apart music. You are open to get up on stage and do your thing. But I want to show y'all what it was like when different brothers that got different beliefs, you know, a group of men come together and praise the Most High, y'all. When you hear them little shake things going on, that's my brother. That's my brother right there doing that. Check him out. Hold on.
I understand the Yah, man. Hallelujah. It's hot in her.
All right. Check us out, man. Check us out. Now, it started off me in the back. I'm gonna kind of fast forward a little bit. Emanon on the drums, Elder Saab Newt on the guitar, Shammai on the keyboard, on that ivory. No, that's not Shammai. I don't know who that is on the keyboard. That's my brother on there. You hear him shaking? Shaking this thing in the back. I said, yeah.
This sounds silly. I'm gonna join in. I don't like to, me personally, bro. I don't like to see nobody. I don't want to see you praise. I mean, it's good to see somebody pray. I want to join in. I don't want to watch. I'm there watching for. Let me get in. I said, what's the thing called? I shake them. In fact, that's all I got. I shake for my full strength. You jam with it at the same time. Shake it up.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, it only got bigger. It only got bigger and bigger. Hold on.
It did. It did. It started off small like this, and I know people watching like, some people probably be like, man, what are you talking about?
Ain't nobody in there. No.
Right. It got big, man. It got.
And it started roaring. People started roaring. A bunch of men got in there. Got the yelling.
Iman them said they came. They said the house was shaking. That's what she said. That's what was revealed to us. The house was shaking. Crazy like that.
Look, they getting in there. Started filling up. My brother's still shaking on the thing.
Well, ain't nobody. If you in a house and you praising and worshiping, don't look to see. I'm gonna be sitting down not doing nothing. I'm gonna get up and dance and praise y'all, man. Y'all good too, bro.
I was on the computer.
I don't want to watch you praise, bro. I don't want to watch nobody pray. I'm encouraging people to praise and worship y'all. I'm for that, but I don't want to sit and watch. Even on TV, I don't want to watch it. I want to join in. I don't want to watch y'all. I want to join in, man. Let me get in there.
Right. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
It ain't no act. Praising y'all, man. Thanking y'all. Y'all cool, man. Y'all good. It's loving kindness and facades and do us else.
As it is written, we come to you today, bowing down, humbling ourselves.
Can you read it up?
As the best we know.
Can you hear it good?
Yeah, man. Elder Shemash.
Magnify your name and exalt your name. Because you said if you be lifted up, that all men would be drawn unto you. So we come today with an attitude. If we
You on mute with something? I can't hear you.
We started to stand up. That's where I'm trying to get to now.
Before we teach them, show us before we show them. You have loved us, and we will love them.
Bro, if I can play that guitar, man, I'll jam on that guitar too. You be shaking the bongo. What is this thing called? Magnify your name.
We declare that we are your inheritance.
Magnifying his name, his character, his authority by the obedience of his word. Hallelujah.
Our ancestors walked contrary to you. And as a result, you walked contrary to them too.
Sorry.
And that your decisions,
We're gonna have to be outside on the next one. Y'all willing? There's gonna be too many brothers to fit in that little room. We got to go outside on this thing.
Come to the end of days. We desire that you would turn your face back towards us.
Yes,
as a nation. That you would raise up the dry bones.
Yes, hallelujah.
That you would put your ruach within us.
Yes.
Let's give him a hand clap of praise. Let's bring our petitions before the Most High. Yahuwah, we come bowing ourselves toward you. As we face the east, towards the city where you have placed your name, we come desiring to learn of your ways. We ask on today that we might be ahad with the Mashiach Yehusha as he's ahad with an attitude of gratitude. Tell our Rabbi. Tell our Rabbi. Tell our Rabbi. For all that you will do. As your higher, you will be what you will be. And no one can stop or change that. We ask that we could operate, Yah, in your power and in your might, that signs and wonders would follow us in these last days, that after our prayers, that your answers would come swiftly, hallelujah,
Hallelujah.
that the sick would be healed, that the lame would be made to walk,
Yes.
the blind would be made to see, and deaf be made to hear,
Yes.
that we might be a light, not hidden under a bushel, but a light on the hill for all to see.
Yes.
In these last and wicked days, let us arise as a righteous nation, unity, that the nations can see what it looks like. Because our ancestors did not keep your commandments, guard your Torah, and keep your judgments. The nations had no righteous example to look at. But we ask that you would rectify that in us.
Yes.
Have your way in us, Lord.
Yes.
Have your way in us.
Hallelujah.
Have your way in us. Raise up a standard.
Yes. Yes.
Todayah. Let's give him another hand clap of praise.
At this time, I would ask if the Shema could be read.
Hear, O Israel, Yahuwah, our Elohim, is one. And you shall love Yahuwah, your Elohim, with all your heart, with all your being, and with all your might. And these words which I am commanding you today shall be in your heart, and you shall impress them upon your children, and shall speak of them when you sit in your house, and when you talk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up. You shall bind them as a sign to your hand. They shall be as frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them on the doorpost of your house, and on your grave. Hallelujah.
I need to give you some of them commandment things you got out. They need to go on the door.
All right, guys. We'll talk about it. Oh, this that jam right there, ain't it?
All right, Moray. Teach us your ways. From the rising of the sun to the going down of the sun, we praise your name.
I did not know that's where Emanon got that song from. Emanon said that in a song.
Oh, yeah?
Rising of the sun to the going down of the same.
Yeah.
But he did say on the phone, he said he used one of their songs. He said he redid it. I just never, I never thought of which. I think cutting up bad.
Yeah, that song right there brought a calmness over, it just made the person feel calm, man. The way they did that, plucked them strings, man, and everything, all the sound came together on one accord, man. Yahuwah, the Ancient of Days, from the rising of the sun to going down the sun, we praise your name. Like, man, that day, hey, smooth, man, smooth cut, smoothness, man. This ain't no act, man. For people that's looking and knowing, man, this ain't no act. This is real deal, man.
The experience of that, man. Brothers like us who went to something like that and experienced what we experienced there, you can't tell us it ain't possible to come together with somebody that you don't have the same beliefs as, but y'all can still get on one accord. And knowing that you could do that, it gives you hope for the future. A lot of y'all don't think it's possible because you don't put yourself in a position to even find out. You dismissing stuff before you even see it through.
Yeah.
You judging before you hear the entire matter.
Yeah. What I heard earlier too, man, in my root, man, in my mind, man, is let's speak about the heathen. Let's talk about Nebuchadnezzar, right? How was Nebuchadnezzar able to come to the knowledge of Yahweh? Was it not through the witnesses, through Daniel, through the 3 Hebrew boys? If it wasn't for them, they wouldn't know nothing about the ancient. He wouldn't know nothing about the Ancient of Days. or to even give esteem to him because of his power, you had to have a witness there. So it's the same thing if a heathen.
Their
right?
walk too. Their walk causing the Most High to be with them and to save them from destruction. He had no choice but to go.
Right, because listen, they being true believers. This thing with signs and wonders following them to believe is not a new thing. It's been like that. They believe and trust in the Most High Yah, and the word. If you know the word will tell you, talk those that's looking. It says Yah move for those who trust in Him. Signs and wonders follow those who believe. In other words, signs and wonders follow those who trust. And we see it in the scriptures. If you didn't see it like that, now you're seeing it. We opening up your eyes so you can see it.
Open them up.
Signs and wonders follow them that trust, that believe, and because of that, Nebuchadnezzar was able to give esteem to the true creator. Not only that, when he got to a place where he was prideful, the creator had to lay the smack down on him till he came to the realization of Yahweh, you the one. And Yahweh restored that man. So Yah's able to reach a non-messianic, right? To see the truth about HaMashiach and to accept HaMashiach. But it has to be a witness. It has to be a true believer, one that truly trusts in Yahweh and truly trusts. Yeah.
That Yah moves through and works through.
Right. But how can that happen though? You have to be around them to do such. You can't witness not being around a person to see your witness. You have to be around the witness. But if you stopping it and blocking it, you stopping to work. You stopping it to be, don't be afraid now. Y'all didn't give us a rule of fear. Some people might be afraid, Some people might be afraid. Some people don't want to relinquish that. I'm the top man around these parts, and now I got to go around these. You know what I mean? Listen to somebody else and not. You know what I mean? What? Y'all know the real reasons.
And two, I want to tell people something about the elders, man. The elders not like that. They're not even gonna give you the impression of they're not gonna burden you with their rules. Like, just put it out there, like, this is my house. You can get, what I'm saying? It's one of them kind of things. They're gonna come to you meek and humble, man. To the point to where you're gonna feel at home, you're gonna feel at ease, like, and you ought to want to respect and reverence people that open up their home to you, because they're gonna treat you like you at home. It's gonna be a kind word. It's gonna be what you need. Let me know if I can help you in some kind of way. Let me know. I'm gonna do it. These are kind of people the elders are. So it's like to have that mindset of, you don't want to go somewhere and be less than what you is. Where, listen, you got some kind of emotional issue that the elders or nobody else got anything to do with. You got something that's within you that it don't matter where you go, you're gonna feel inferior, and that's a personal problem you need to work out. Don't blame Hebron. Don't blame any other gathering that's outside of your little realm of influence that you don't want to go because people don't believe like you. You don't want to go because you might be showed out. Nobody came, nobody that was there. I never seen any conversations about conversion. That's what we mean by there was no arguments. Because when you get into conversations about conversion, usually it don't go how you plan it to go. Voices get loud, people go back and forth. We didn't hear none of that, man. We didn't hear none of that. And it's like, get that out your mind about conversion. That's not what this event is for. Ain't nobody trying to convert. Ain't nobody gonna be there trying to make you a non-messianic. Or if you none, ain't nobody gonna be there trying to make you a messianic. Now, the elders now, in their prayers and stuff, they talk about Hamashiach. They gonna talk about him. But they're not finna come to you and try to show you how you wrong because you don't believe in them or none of that. No. If you don't want to join in the prayers, you don't have to join in the prayers. But they saying we gonna pray 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. If you want to come join us. If you want to have your own prayers somewhere else, you want to go up by the water, you want to go up by the shooting range and pray, then go do it. They're not prohibiting you from that. If you want to keep Shabbat on a certain day, then you excuse from the activities. Like, ain't nobody trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, anything can be worked out, man. All the little reasons you try to do for not coming, man, other than just it not being possible financially, physically, whatever. I understand that better. They're trying to use the fact of we believe different. That's why you ain't. Man, get out of here, man. Matter of fact, we don't even want you to come. That's how you feel. That old whiny attitude, man. Get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a thing of, man, check yourself, man. Check your heart. What is you really doing? What kind of walk is you really in, man? You know, we love to have all the brothers, right? This is a thing where, you know, it's an open door policy as long as you're not coming on no folly, man. So, because pretty soon we're going to have to draw a line in the sand, man, about the people that's willing to come together, people that's willing to put aside personal differences for love and unity, right? And the people that ain't, we can't have nothing for you at that point. Because if you don't want to come together for love and unity, then what is you here for? Destruction? Disorder? Malice? Hate? Envy? That's all that's left for you. Like you said, if love ain't in you, then it's gotta be hate. Choose you this day.
Yeah, whom you will serve.
Have before you this day. And it just get cold like that, man. You know, I guess a lot of you say, well, that's how I stand now. You don't believe like I believe, then you on the other side. I ain't got time to be trying to convert. I ain't got time to be trying to come together. Okay, well, I'd ask you this. When have you tried? Have you ever tried? Or have you just been on the mindset it just ain't gonna never work and I just ain't gonna never try? Is that where you at with it? 9 times out of 10, that's exactly where you at with it. You ain't never tried. You ain't never reached out in places that you ain't never reached. You ain't never tried to sit with a person that you ain't never sat with. You ain't never tried. And have you ever tried it separate from your doctrine? Have you sat down with them and not tried to make them think like you? Let them get to know you first. And then later, he'll have the mind to even sit and listen. This is the point of the gathering. To give people the mind and the heart to even listen to each other. In the future, you want to convert a man the same day in a couple minutes of meeting them. You want to try to have a, come on, man. What does that work at?
I was gonna say it don't even work like that when you out there planting seed in the field, man. That crop don't come in overnight like that, like boom. No, man, you got to do some sand, you got to do some planting, you got to do some watering, some nurturing, some different, you know what I mean? And then it'll sprout up. It takes time. Don't despise small beginnings, man. You know, real quick too, I mean, y'all, look, people need to realize this. A lot of people are trusting in themselves out of knowledge that they didn't gain instead of trusting in the Ruach to lead and guide now into all truth, and even to lead to witness properly to that person, whoever that person may be. You know, you can't approach every situation the same. You can't. That ain't wisdom, bro. You got to have chokmah. You got to have wisdom and let the Ruach of Yahweh guide you to what's needed in that time for that specific person. You get what I'm saying? You can't come with the same thing every time with people. No, man, you got to let the Ruach lead you. Like, guys, you got to let the Ruach use you. Let Yahusha work through you.
This too, man. The same people don't want to come to a gathering like this. The same people talking about going out and ministering and doing the work. The people that don't give a damn about the scripture. You want to come wake them up to who they are. Meanwhile, you got somebody that know who they is. They want to separate themselves from the heathen. They just got a different belief of how to do it than you. You ain't got no time for them, though. But you will go try to build somebody from scratch. And that feels justifiable to you. Than dealing with a brother that's already going, that's already seeking out Abba. Not somebody you got to beat over the head with the scripture. He's seeking them out. He just got a different understanding of what he has read than you got. That's what I'm saying, man. We gotta check ourselves and analyze ourselves, man, and stop just believing in, you know, you feel like something been confirmed in your spirit, in your ruach, that you don't need to do all this kind of stuff, man. When have you tried doing it though?
Listen, so they the master themselves, right? They send themselves, and they can make up in their own mind when to go and when not to go. You know, last time I checked, if you were an ambassador or something, you're sent to do something. You sent to represent the one who sent you. You know, and if you ain't doing that, then you ain't an ambassador of the one that sent you. You the one. You the head one in charge, huh? You the one that say, you know, I determine when, who I can go talk to and who not to talk to. I determine. Really? You the one. Okay.
They got dominion over these assemblies, over these sheep. They the shepherd over there, the mores over these sheep. They don't want to go. They don't want their sheep to go. If they was going, their sheep would probably come too.
Right. And then if the sheep talking about they going,
that's really where it get thick at.
And if the sheep was saying that they going, they probably go around and say something to them, and then they'll probably knock it down like, don't go.
Nah. I don't like the spirit. Brandon Lewis and Kafer, I don't like their spirit. They got that podcast. They got that Mark 67. You hear what they said on episode 3? You know what I'm saying? Little stuff like that, man. And you know, as much as you can say about us, how we cut down on certain things, man, we love our brother, man. You know, we do podcasts for our brothers. And it's about, listen, man, you think the walk is hard, you know, chastising your flesh, but trying to correct your people on certain things that they do and believe in, man, that's one of the hardest jobs you could ever pick up. You know, and that's one of the jobs we've taken on, to be the people that don't go along just because the masses go along with it. We didn't pick that up. But even with this gathering, we put that to the side. Like, that's our thing. Our thing is, you know, building the broken places however they come. If we got to, you know, bring out some shit, some stuff that people don't want to hear or might not know or whatever, we do that. And we get backlash for it. We get told we, you know, bring in discord and disruption, and, you know, we're against the. Meanwhile, we all for the brothers. We all for the one.
Get Colossians 6 for you real quick.
That's how people talk about you when you point they sin out to them. When you point they, you know, whatever kind of issues that somebody else made them believe was perfectly fine. That's what it is. They in places getting coddled. And you come to places like Mark 67 podcast, or you come into the, you know, the company personally of me and my brother, and we tell you something totally different. And we wrong. Well, we could take you to the book and show it to you.
We can prove it.
We're not just talking about it.
So that, yeah.
You know? But I understand that completely false
Colossians
ideas and doctrines, people use scripture to prove that out too. I understand it. That's why a lot of people get like how they get, you know. But that's why we know everybody don't know everything. And how we get to know, we got to come together and compare notes, and we got to compare notes in love and not get offended. That's what's wrong with niggas. They so easily offended that they can't ever build.
Oh, 1 Thessalonians.
So the basis of the gathering is to put down the things that cause offense, and let's just get to know each other as men and as brothers first, and then we can bring the scripts out. Then we can compare notes. Y'all don't even want to come to the table to even start the process, man.
Nick.
You know, and it's sad, but at the end of the day, you know, that type of mindset, you are as your ancestors is, man. It was always people bringing discord. It was always people wanting to argue and bicker and think that they know it all, you know, and not want to heed correction. It was always groups and cliques. Even in Hamashiach time, you had the Pharisees and the scribes and the Essenes and the apostles, and you know, you had the Greeks and the Romans, and you had always had different mindsets and factions. We come together to say, let's get rid of these factions. Let's get rid of the doctrines of these factions, and let's come together and figure out who each other are. Who were we? What type of man is a part of this faction? What type of man is a part of this doctrine? You know, could be a hell of a guy just caught up in a bad doctrine. You don't know.
Right, because you ain't got a chance to try to learn them.
You got a chance to try to learn him. Yeah, man, that's what it is. That's what Hebron is, man. Don't think if you come there, somebody gonna try to beat you over with the script, try to change your way of thinking. No. We just want you to enjoy the things of the Most High, what He's created. He's created this earth. He created the trees. All them little crickets you gonna hear at night, He created them. The little frogs and the little coyotes you gonna hear in the woods. He created all that. That fire that we're gonna burn and we're gonna chill at night. He created the flesh that you're gonna sit with and conversate with your brother at night. He created that yayin that you're gonna be drinking on too.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, my brother Benaiah sent a couple crates of that to the gathering.
Mm-hmm.
I need to holler at him about it tomorrow. Exactly.
Yeah, do that. Let me read this. I said Colossians, but 2 Corinthians chapter 6. I'm gonna read the whole chapter 6 real quick, okay?
Hold on. Let me pull it up. I got it right here.
Even though it's written to the Corinthians, but you can learn. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is a certain thing when you say, we get talked about. I looked at, I know I was looked at as an evildoer, bringing dissension, bringing this, which I wasn't. Yah is my vindicator. Yah knows. I know you get talked about. I didn't. Especially when you're bringing something that people don't want to hear you talk against or talk about. Even the time when you was talking about what was that guy? NFAC. You with the NFAC thing, man.
NFAC.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. It was a bunch of fool. It had a little at the time, and everybody was jumping on the bandwagon. And I come on, man. Look, talking different about it now. But where is these same people at? That was coming against you about that, and then lo and behold, it ain't what people thought it was gonna be. I thought it was, but then ain't nobody came back and said, "My bad."
I ain't looking for them to.
Right, I know, and I'm just saying, though.
Ohio is the vindicator.
Right, exactly. But they was talking about you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They do that. That's all right. They do the process like that all day long.
Didn't come to the gathering. Because it was around that same time I started talking about that dude, and a lot of people stopped dealing with me because they felt like I was like I know it all and I was doing too much and all that, and they ain't show up to the gathering. It's crazy, man. But you know what, man?
You got a lot of haters out here in Yasha, man. You got some haters out here that don't really know the real. They emotional. They're emotional beings like females, and I'm just gonna be real. Like females in a way, man. We men, man. We should be able to communicate and hash things out, man. You see in Yashar, in the book of Yashar, how Yahuda was dealing with Yahusef and Yahusef was dealing with Yahuda. They was talking, they was doing their thing, but then even so, you even see when Yahuda was like, Yah's a witness between you and me, man. I ain't trying to fight with you. You know what I mean? Paraphrasing. We just want to get our brother and go. You know what I mean? But here, 2 Corinthians 6. It says, we then, as workers together with him. beseech ye also that ye receive not the favor of Yahweh in vain. For he saith, I have heard thee in a time accepted, and in the day of salvation I have secured thee. Behold, now is the acceptable time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed, but in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of Allah, in much patience, in affliction, in necessities, in distresses, in stripes, in imprisonments, in tumults, in labors, in watchings, in fastings, by pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering, by kindness, by the Ruach HaKodesh, by love unfeigned, by the word of truth, by the power of Allah, by the armor of righteousness on the right hand and on the left, by honor and dishonor, by evil report and good report, as deceivers and yet true, as unknown and yet well known, as dying and behold, we live, as chastened and not killed, sound like bars, as sorrowful yet always rejoicing, as poor yet making many rich, as having nothing and yet possessing all things. Then it goes on to say, O ye Corinthians, open. It says, O ye Corinthians, our mouth is open unto you. Our heart is enlarged. You are not straightening us, but ye are straightening your own bowels. Now for a recompense in the same, I speak as unto children. Be ye also enlarged in your heart. Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? And what concord hath the Mashiach with Belial? Or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? Don't that sound like bars? Rhyme. And what agreement have the temple of Yahweh with idols? For ye are the temple of the living Allah, temple of the living all. As Yahweh has said, I will dwell in them and walk in them. I will be their Allah, and they shall be my people. Wherefore, come out from among them and be ye separate, said Yahweh, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, and will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, says Yahweh Almighty. That's 2 Corinthians chapter verse 6. I just wanted to bring that out. There's a lot of good things in that. Even the disciples was considered deceivers, but yet true. Spoken of as an evil report, as bringing it, they was honored and dishonored by evil report and good report as deceivers and yet true. This is the thing, man. We are not living in the time yet where it says that, we still in the time where we got to teach our people, we got to teach our neighbors to know Yahweh, right? So there's going to be a time where we no longer going to have to teach our neighbor to know Yahweh, that everybody's going to know him from the least to the greatest, from the greatest to the least. Everybody going to know. But right now, this is not that time. This is the time to, witness on his behalf, to tell, to preach the kingdom, which is repent. So, the Ruach of Yahweh moves, man. The Ruach of Yahweh is alive, the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. When men gather together in the name of Mashiach, there he is in the midst, and the Ruach knows the hearts and minds of man and know how to reach every last person, So if you really walking in the power of Yah, in the Ruach HaKodesh, what is you afraid of? The Ruach of Yahweh will give you the ability to say whatever needs to be said or whatever needs to be done. You can build a relationship with someone there, learn them, get their number, then later on you can witness to them. You can even witness there. I'm just saying, man, there's so many ways. Yah's not limited. You are, because your disbelief or lack of belief. You see what I'm saying?
Ye of little faith.
Ye a little Ammonite. Cut it out. You don't think this is
Stop it.
Right, for real. Stop it. Yah's more than able and exceedingly, he's able to exceedingly do all that we ask or even think. Come on, man. Yah's able to do all these things, man. And we must not provoke Yahweh by disbelief.
Mm.
Yahweh say, he told his Talmudim, and everybody try to behave and act as if they are Talmudim or sent one. Well, what did he tell the original sent ones? Did not he tell them to go to the lost sheep, to the lost house, the lost sheep of the house of Yahshua, to witness to them, to go to the highways and byways, to make disciples of all nations, right? In order to do that, you got to be a witness to them, right? What about those that don't believe in Mashiach? You got to be a witness to them too, right? And if you know how to be meek and apply the scriptures and show the scriptures and prove your belief, you know, which you're supposed to always be ready to give an answer why you believe what you believe and be able to prove it through script, then one that follows script or one that say that they Torah only, because you can convince someone even in Torah, because that's what it's written of. It's written of him in Torah. If you know it, then you can show it. Well, maybe you need to be taught some more so that you can be prompt, so you can be prepared to know how to reach and teach or reach those that don't know. You get what I'm saying? That's where we at, man. Let the Ruach of Yahweh use you, like believe, trust, you know, end to end, you know.
And we gotta understand, like, man, in the Torah, man, like in the scripts, in the prophets, you see where after you know captivity, you know, everybody got called up to Jerusalem. So we need to set things back in order. We need to figure things back out, man. And people came, man. You don't think in them captivities they had gotten different belief systems, different ways of thinking, but everybody came. Because you got to have a base of operations. You got to have a coming together. And people, it's like you want to come, but you want to do it under your own supervision. You are hosted. You want to be the host. You know, Most High ain't ordained for you to be the host. That's why you ain't thought of it. That's why you ain't got it going on. You don't want to come to this one, but you ain't got one. You ain't trying to get with other people to build one. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing. We only here because it's a need. You think I want to be wasting my time doing videos? This StreamYard, I pay $28 a month for StreamYard. Add that up in a year's time. That money could go somewhere else. That money could go in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, just to bring forth the message, man. Just to try to do something to put out here. Because I'm not getting nothing from this. I ain't got no hell of a following. Ain't nobody sending me money. It's just for those that will hear, I want them to hear. Because it ain't being said. It's not being said. People ain't condemning stuff, rebuking stuff. Some people are, but you might not, the people on my friends list might not know them people. You know what I'm saying? To hear it.
Right, right.
So I try to bring it forth. And it's like, that's why not. The same thing, like, for people to talk about the Bible, it's like, you don't like it because it requires something of you. And you can't meet them requirements. So you're going to condemn it. You're going to talk about, oh, they've been murdering and killing over the Bible. Have you ever got into it? You know what's in it? They didn't know what was in it. They let bits and pieces know about heaven and hell. And you say, I want to go to heaven. I don't want to go to hell. And you ain't never read what the requirements are or none of that. You're just going off what somebody else said. A lot of you going off still to this day.
That's a fact, bro. A lot of them doing it. They're going off what other people say instead of doing their own due diligence. Yeah.
Your moray teacher is giving you a couple of lines of a scripture here and a couple of lines of a scripture there, and you ain't never read the whole context of it for yourself. Because that's how you study. No, I'm going to go and read 3 verses over here in Corinthians, and I'm going to read 3 verses over here in Galatians, and I'm going to go to Leviticus, and I'm going to check out 2 scriptures over here. And then, no, man. I mean, that's cool, I guess, to a certain degree, if you already have an understanding of the complete context. But if you don't got it, guess what? Somebody can lead you somewhere that you wouldn't go if you knew better.
Right, but because you respect that person that's bringing it to you, you taking it face value.
Not even considering they could be mistaken.
Right.
That's what it means by studying to show thyself approved. Reading 2 verses ain't studying, man. I'm trying. Listen, man. I know it seems blasphemous because that is the thing that people doing. People ain't read this. People ain't read the book like a book. You gotta read the book like a book sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Quit jumping and skipping and hopping around, man.
Right. Read it like a manual.
Read like a manual. Hop in and read the whole chapter. Read the whole book in one swoop. Or if you can't in one swoop, read 2 chapters today, 2 chapters tomorrow, 3 chapters the next day until you finish the whole thing. You will hop in and read 2, because a lot of people got the study Bibles. And, you know, it'll lead you to, I got a damn ant infestation from somewhere. Glad it ain't roaches. I deal with the ants. But you know, man, people, the study Bibles, you read some and it'll point you somewhere else and you'll hop over there, and you read some, you hop over there, but you miss the context, man. You miss the context of the whole book. And that's why we get what we get. That's how we get so many doctrines, because people skip you over the context and shoot you straight to 2 verses. Now, don't worry about that. We're gonna come back there later. We don't come back there later. He'll never come back. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I do videos, when I do things, man, I give you the whole thing, man. We're gonna read that whole thing and talk about what we read as we go. I know it's people that hop and skip and it sounds great. Oh yeah. And it may be valid and it may be contextual and rightly divided, you know. But then again, it could be absolutely false.
But how would you know? Because you ain't studied to compare nothing to nothing. You don't know. You just going by what somebody's saying. So how you going?
It sound good. Me and my brother had heard plenty of people that if we didn't know better, it sounded great.
Oh yeah.
We didn't know better. We hadn't read for ourselves and known for ourselves. Them little 2-3 verses here and there. Kind. Hallelujah. Kind. But because we didn't read and we know, we got a totally different thing. We like, it's a totally different interaction with that thing. We like disgusted with the really?
I smell boo-boo.
Spidey sense. You know what I'm saying? But that's the sheep, though. That's why the teachers that teach like that teach in error, they get a greater punishment. But see, you can't rely on that. You can't say, well, if he teaches me wrong, he gonna pay for it. You might spend years up under this nigga never knowing nothing.
Bro, didn't it say it's written somewhere that say the blind leaders leading the blind, they both fall into the ditch? So you can be following something, right? Both falling into the ditch. So you following this guy, he going into the ditch, you going into a ditch too, because you following after him. So don't try to depend on, he gonna have to pay for it, but you gonna have to pay for it too, because you're gonna fall in that too.
You're gonna have to pay for it too. So don't be condemning your brother and not want to come to the table with him in love and shalom because he got a different understanding than you. He could have been led by the blind. You might be the one with some sight that could pull him to the side and tell him something different, but you don't even want to go because you know he gonna be there. Meanwhile, imagine that he needs you. He ain't gonna get it from nobody else but from you, because you got the certain way of putting it to him how he needed to be put, and you just repulsing the thought of even coming together with him because he a non-messianic, or he keep new moon Sabbath. You keep it every Saturday because he keep sun up to sundown and you keep it sundown to sundown. You're like, nah, I ain't going with them niggas like that. Nah, I ain't going. Whole time he needs you. This is the type of stuff that can be going on, man. You don't know. What if the Ruach is gonna show up like it did in Acts? Acts.
Yeah.
What if it's gonna show up and you had the opportunity to go, but you nah, I ain't mess with them niggas. And then you gonna hear the story about how the Ruach moved, and it's gonna probably be on tape. We're gonna be on tape live streaming that thing. And you're gonna be there. Just like last time, it was a bunch of brothers that had the opportunity to go, ain't go. And they was, oh man, I should have went, man. Yeah, man, y'all sure look like y'all had a good time. Yeah, we did. We gonna have one with or without you.
Mm-hmm.
We love to have you.
Mm-hmm.
We love to have you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go. You ain't gotta go. You gotta go. But it'll be funner with you there. If you could come and bring what you bring to the party.
Right. Love to have you.
Because we gonna drink and we gonna sing and we gonna eat and we gonna shoot and we gonna have all the fun a man could have on top of a mountain. And that's just hey, shout out to Pastor Dow. That's just the true straight way. You know what I'm talking about? That's it. That's it. And we like to do it in mass and in numbers. Just like how you seen the praise and worship with about 20 brothers, we like to praise and worship with 100. You know, we like to praise and worship with 500. Yeah.
We the fact of the matter is it's a lot of messy people, man, and what they call Yashar today, bro. People's messy, man. You can say one thing, you can say something right, and then this messy person over here can take that and come with a whole conclusion and go and spread it. Not for real, bro. Messy.
It's been people clicking on the video and clicking off too. And they probably clicked on and heard one thing and then go, like you said, take that and run with it and go, yeah.
Just messy, bro. It's just, people miss out like that. But that's okay. It's okay. Let me tell you, because y'all know exactly what he's doing, man. Y'all don't think like you think, people. Y'all do not think like you think, man. You thinking like y'all. You ain't thinking like y'all. Your way, you can't phantom how y'all move and think. Y'all ways are higher than your ways, and thoughts are higher than your thoughts. As far as the east is from the west, north is from the, it's higher than your way, bro. You can't. The only thing you can do, what?
We excluding the heathen and the other nations. We exclude them from this gathering, right? But if we allowed them to come, they show up in droves more than Yasharal would, and we asking for Yasharal. That's what it is, man. We have to get to the point. This is number 2, right? Y'all willing. If this don't turn out right, we might have a third one. If it don't come out right, man, we just have to invite anybody that's willing to come together to do something for the nation, man. Everybody got time to keep waiting on y'all, man.
Bro, this is the thing, man. I want to say this and say this too. Like I say, y'all ways is higher than our ways, higher than our thoughts, man. The only thing one can do is move on the revelation that Yahweh is giving you. That's it. That's all you can do. You don't know. You brought out a good point when you was talking about how when the people came together after captivity and they was back in the land, and then lo and behold, somebody found the Torah, the book of the law, and they read and they find out how things are supposed to be done. Then the king was like, "Oh man, y'all's man, let's do this. We got to start doing it." They had different type of thought, because if they had the right knowledge of what to do and how to do it, they wouldn't have been
in captivity.
Right. Not only that, and then they coming out of captivity. So when you going into captivity and you spend years there, listen, it says that, okay, if bad company corrupts good habits, right, you can be in a place that's a total different moving and interaction or belief or whatever they may have going that's different from what your culture does, and being around it so long, you can pick up certain things that you're not supposed to have. You picking up, so now you got to go through a cleansing, for lack of a cleansing and a purging of those things that should not be there in you, because you're not supposed to be like them. But you have attained certain things that they had or do because you've been around them. If you want to be wise, you hang around. If you want, if you be around the wise, you will become wise. You hang around the wise long enough, you're gonna pick up some wise ways. You hang around with fools long enough, you're gonna become a fool. You know, don't be bad company corrupts good habits. So if you hanging around Babylon or in this place like that, you're gonna pick up certain ways and certain traits of them. I mean, come on now, this is not far-fetched of what I'm saying. Look at Mitzrayim when our ancestors was there. They had a lot of ways of Egypt. They picked up a lot of ways of Egypt. They was once a nation, once a people that followed the Most High Yah, and then now they are people that's caught up in paganism, and doing the ways of Egypt, where they had to go to the wilderness to do a purging, and some of them could not let it go, couldn't let Egypt go. They wanted to return back to Egypt because they was in an unfamiliar place, and things was uncomfortable. So I'm not saying something far-fetched. That's what I'm saying. I don't have to bring, listen to what I'm saying, and don't take it wrong. I don't have to bring chapter and verse and script for you to get it. I can speak these things, bro. And if you are familiar with script, it's going to resonate with your root by what's being said, because it's all script. It's all book.
Words of life.
It's words of life. And it's called chokhmah. It's called wisdom. Pay attention, you'll become wise. I'm not talking crazy, man. People don't comprehend. That's why, like Shaul, people thought Shaul was talking crazy, whatever. You know, Kava said, you know, Shaul, people wrestle Shaul saying to their own demise. They thinking it's hard sayings, but he's speaking real. Like when it's if you know how to put it together, it's not conflicting with what thus says Yah. Yah said way back then. It's parallel. Yah say one to speak twice. It's like Yah would choose a man from amongst your own people. Him you shall hear. You know what I mean?
But when they sent him, you see what they did? They beat him up and cast him out. Say, I know. The man said, I'm going to send my son. I know he is. And look, he ain't the first one that they beat up and cast out. He beat up plenty. He sent a couple people. Then he said, I'm going to send my son. I know they'll hear him.
Right.
He did him worse. And this is the mindset of our people. You know, so I mean, we know what you're capable of on the negative, but we also know what you're capable of on the positive, and we got the job of trying to compel you. We got a job of trying to compel a people that's been taught. See, this is why we're not doing what we're doing by accident, man. We got the job of trying to compel people to come together who have been taught to separate, raised from the womb to separate. Not only that, it's been done in such a way with these factions, right? We have these different factions for a reason. This is all engineered by the heathen. That's why they empower certain groups and allow certain groups to get a certain toehold. And then they fund both sides. They had one group that had a toehold because they control that group. And then that group split up into 6 or 7 groups. And then they went to each one of them and funded each one to give each one of them a toehold against the other. But you know who suffers in that? The people that would otherwise come together as one. Now they got to separate into 6. So ask yourself, are you a part of the separation, or are you for the breaking down of the boundaries?
Because if you ain't gathering to him, you scattering abroad.
Scattering abroad. And don't feel coddled and saved because you preaching. Because you got some little assembly. Your little assembly is not the whole of Yasharal. That's one thing people need to know, man. I don't care if you got 600 people in there. Is Yasharal 600 people? Crazy, man. That's good you got 600. But you ain't got shit because TD Jakes got a couple, 10,000. Joe Osteen probably got 20,000. So what your numbers mean? And he got more black people than you. It's a heathen. Come on, man. Numbers don't mean nothing, man. If you live in the book, can't be living the book if you're not for the gathering together of the brethren, man. You don't know everything. That's another thing. It's so multifaceted, man. That the humbleness and the meekness, you gotta be like Moshe, man. Moshe in his own little area, he was well kept in his own little area. But you know what he said when he turned 40? So man, I gotta go be with my people, man. All this shit cool. It's cool. Pharaoh looking out, Pharaoh daughter, my little stepmama, whatever. She cool. I appreciate her. I gotta go be with my people, man. That's what you gotta say. How you gotta long for your people, huh?
Here go another thing too, what you bringing about Moshe is the meekest man on the face of the earth at the time, man. He learned some things from Jethro, right? Jethro wasn't a child of Yashar. He was a Midianite, right? And he said he was a Kohen, a priest of the Most High, Al Elyon. Now, Moshe, being Yah's man, humbled himself to listen to Jethro, who was from a different people, a Midianite. But it was wise counsel that he received from that Midianite so that he wouldn't overwork himself. And Yah honored that. You get what I'm saying? So you may have somebody, and I know this may sound crazy. I know it may sound weird. I mean, it may sound foolish, right? It may sound foolish. Okay. Right. It sounds foolish.
Tell it.
But Yah choose the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, right? Say, for instance, let's say you got a non-messianic amongst the gathering, right? All right, cool. Well, that non-messianic who's so trained in the Torah on what he's trained on can bring you some knowledge or information that you can use in that's beneficial to your walk because you wasn't on that. You get what I'm saying?
This is the crazy. They do.
I know.
They have. We've seen it. Elder Shalem taught us a lot at Hebron.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of stuff we could. This thing is bigger, man. Got to deal with people that go out and live life.
But you know,
so concerned with the studying of the book, they forgot to go live it.
That's why they're gonna miss out, bro. That's all this. That's all this too. They're gonna miss out. People gonna miss out because they thinking they got it. You missing out, bro. You missing out. Yah is able to do all things. He can use whoever he chooses to use. Abba can use whoever he chooses to use. Are you able to recognize him when he come? Yahweh is a ruach. He's a ruach. And that ruach can come through whoever that ruach decide to come through. He can choose to use that person if he want to speak wise words to you in that moment because it's you that he's trying to reach. And it can equip you to help even that. It can help to you got comfortable receiving something that you could have been had something that you was going through, and he used that person to bring to you. Now you want to witness and say something to this person and give them something that they didn't even consider. Y'all is able to do all these things, man. People, y'all acting like y'all believe, like it's people out here that act like they believe, I trust the Most High Yah, but really in essence they don't, man. They trusting in themselves and the accumulation of knowledge that they received. Caught up in the letter. The letter killeth, but the Ruach brings life, edifying. Look, everything that the disciples, huh?
Crazy part about it, you ain't received nothing. You got Paul brought up in Torah. Got caught up to the Shemaim, got showed all the mysteries of the Shemaim. Came back to earth, said he's still learning. Man was about to be killed, said I'm still learning, I'm still growing. From faith to faith. And esteem to esteem. You think because you've been in the walk 5 years, 10 years, even 20 years. Ain't no telling how old he was when he got blinded on the walk to Damascus, but he had been brought up in Torah from a youth. Had the highest masters teaching him what they know and all that, and he still couldn't discern Hamashiach. Even after seeing Hamashiach, even after being called up to the Shemaim, he still has stuff he could learn. So we just gotta understand. It's like
tell them to humble themselves. They need to humble themselves, Ak. If you humble yourself, you will be exalted. If you seek to exalt yourself, you're gonna be abased. You're gonna be brought low. So the best thing for you, I see, if anyone claimed to be wise, then you would humble yourself. You'll be humble. You'll be meek. You'll be humble. That don't mean be foolish or crazy. Go by any winning doctrine. I'm not saying that. It's not what I'm saying. And please, people, if y'all have any sense, stop. Don't put stuff in people's mouth. Is you saying such and such? No. If I was saying such and such, I would have said such and such. I know how to say what I want to say when I want to say it.
Don't be implying.
Right.
Implying. We know what to say. But yeah, man, this, that's about the gist of it, man.
Yeah.
That's about the gist. I mean, we done said almost everything we could think to say for 2 hours. Hopefully you got it. And another thing too, we ain't really touch on the fact about the men, but that's what it's about. It's about them. It's about us, the men, black men, all this. Well, I don't subscribe to no 12 tribe chart and all that. I don't know where you get all these different colored people and different. Now it's different shades in Yasharal. You got dark, light, and all this and that. But they be bringing people got totally different, genetic makeup.
They ain't got no makeup.
Nose, they ain't got no, they ain't got no big lips. They bringing all kind of people into the walk, telling them they Yasharal. I don't get it. Even the Edomites, they talk about Edomites as white and all this. Well, I read Edom was all up in Canaan. That's all wanted. That's all his sons wanted. All Canaanites. Now Chittim, you can talk about Chittim and all that, but what I see when a black man sleep with a white woman, that baby come out brown. So I don't know where y'all get all these white folk from calling them Edomites. I know they kind of got similar ruachs and all this and that, right? Mm-hmm. I get that, but at the end of the day, and too, I was reading the other day, it said, the men of Yasharal came to Edom and killed every man, but the king escaped or something like that and went to Egypt, and Pharaoh gave him his wife's sister, another black woman. So I don't get where they get all these white folks from. I don't get it, man. I know it's got similarities, but I don't know. Whatever. Anyway.
And real quick, before we get off, get out of the traditions of your so-called elders or whatever. That's not truth. That's not based on the true script or the word. You know what I mean? Find out these traditions and stuff that people say. Put it under fire. Investigate it. Start doing investigations. Be like a Berean. Investigate stuff. Stop taking stuff, every wind of doctrine that come your way, and running with it because it sounds good and persuaded you. It's people that sound good. It's people that got charisma and can speak well and all that. Listen, try these things. You got to try these roots. You got to try the word. These words that you speak are root. You can't see it, but you can hear it. You can see the effects thereof of it when it comes, when it be manifested. It's root. That's called ruach. That's a root. Try them.
Us included.
Yes, absolutely. You better.
Yeah. I've been wrong before.
So have I.
Far be it for me to think I won't ever be wrong again.
Try it. Start trying.
I bet you if you show me I'm wrong, I'm gonna repent of it. I ain't gonna try to act like I'm still right, even though the truth been showed to me.
And if I said something wrong, and it comes to the knowledge that I said something wrong, I'll come back and make it right. We gonna come back and make it right. We ain't gonna have to be prideful and try to skip over it. And we learning, bro. We still learning. I don't care how much knowledge you have. I don't care if you know more than you can know more than everybody on the face of the earth. You still learning. It's called eternity. This is you learning for eternity. Look, we only are so many. If 1,000 years is a day to the Most High Yah, and you only 30-something years old, bro, you ain't nothing but you still a baby, man.
That's it.
You still a baby. Probably not even born yet, based on that time frame level. Yeah, it's awesome, man. For real. Go ahead, Doc. My bad.
Pray us out, Doc. Pray for the people, man. We can go and get out of here, man.
All right.
Give us something.
Baruch atah b'Yahweh, Eloheinu melech haolam. Baruch be you, Yahweh, King and ruler of the universe, King and ruler of Shemaim, and Haaretz. We thank you and come to you in the name of Adonai Yahusha HaMashiach. Father Yahweh, we ask you that those that are truly yours, that are lost, that are caught up in assemblies, doctrines, thoughts of that they receive of their own selves. Father Yahweh, we ask you that you will send your ambassadors that way, send your Malakim that way, put them in a situation where their heart will be able to receive those that you send so that they can be saved. Extend that kindness to them, Father, that they may teshuv from that, be converted and turn back to you wholeheartedly like you desire from the beginning. That they walk, that they love you with all their heart, with all their mind, and with all their strength, Father Yahweh. Cause us to do those things which are only pleasing in your sight, Father Yahweh. Remove from us falsehood. Remove from us fatness of heart. Let our hearts be fully humble, circumcised in your sight. Allow us to do what's pleasing in your sight at all time, Father Yah, to be a witness and to help those that are without, that's of our people, Father Yahweh, to be the true restorers of the breach. Help the people that's listening, those that have a certain idea, caught and influenced by others, that's not of your root, Father Yah. Help them. Let your will be done, Father Yahweh. Bahasham Yahushua Mashiach's name we pray, we ask, we request, we invoke you by name, Yahweh. Al Elyon, the Most High. Atik the Ancient of Days, in the name of Adonai Yahushua HaMashiach, whom you sent for us to be brought back to you. Your will be done. Hallelujah.
So be it. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, it's been a while since we had a Mark 67, man, but all praises. Hey, listen, like we ain't missed a step.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You know, excuse me for the audio problems earlier. You know, it just is what it is, man. You know, this ain't my trade, you know. Hey, I know a dollar bill well gram. I know that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know how to tear that thing. You know, but still trying to figure this whole thing out, man. You know, we're gonna get it. Anyway, all praise to the Most High. 12 tribes,
one nation.
One nation.
Yeah.